Oh, we look now. We'll turn our attention to the football game here tonight. Again, it is the Southern Columbia Area Tigers here visiting us at Mount Carmel. One of the big matches of the year for Mount Carmel area, and of course the Tigers. So many familiar faces as always. Every year you see them. Stands are packed over on the Southern Columbia side as they are here in the Mount Carmel area side. A great crowd, beautiful night. This is a carbon copy night of last year at Southern. A little cool. You know, people broke their sweatshirts out and their coats and all. So perfect weather. Rained some here in the morning, but as we told you before, this field can take a lot of water, and it really can. It was very dry, so it's not going to affect the field. We were down on the field, and the field is perfect. There's no problems with it. So we expect everything to be kind of even in the outside factors. What we need to see now is what these two teams can do. And, of course, you talk Southern Columbia, you talk Nate Chickatano, number 41. You're going to talk about the big guy, Trometer, number 40. He's going to come at you. He's a big guy. He's the fullback. The difference, I guess, if we're looking at a difference over last year to this year from the Tigers, of course, is at the quarterback position. The Tigers, Wayne, will rotate two quarterbacks in and out of the game depending on situations. Unlike last year when Caskey was such a phenomenal athlete and nearly won the game on his own. If
you remember when he started out as a sophomore, we looked at him and we knew darn well down the line we were going to see an excellent athlete in Caskey. And boy, did he turn out to be one heck of a good person too. Also playing baseball and football for Southern. And did an excellent job there. And he was one person that we needed to watch all the time. And we saw him, no matter how much pressure we put on him, and you know, when he was going back to pass or whatever, he had the ability to put the ball away, tuck it under, and take off and hurt you on the run.
We look at Mount Carmel area, of course, dropping that first game. They were highly touted coming into the season. They've dropped a little bit. Southern Columbia, of course, right at number 1 again in single A, and rightly so. You never wondered anybody could beat them in single A with the squad that they have. Once again, big numbers on the field. Mount Carmel area on the downside of this game comes in dinged up. The Chickatano boy, or the Greco boy, right? He showed such promise last week playing against Lansford against Panther Valley. He hurt himself in the JV game on Monday and will definitely not play tonight. And we're waiting a word on Monday with further testing whether we'll see him the rest of the season. So that's a big blow to Mount Carmel area. And, of course, Pilarski, who had such a fabulous game at Lansford, rushing for well over 200 yards in less than 3/4 of play, turned an ankle during the week. And we talked with Coach last night at Supper Club, and he was optimistic, telling us that they were hoping for the best. But, quite frankly, he was limping. He was limping noticeably, to tell you the truth. I'm not sure what that's going to be like in game conditions, but that's another thought in the back of your mind. Mount Carmel's not coming into this game at full strength right now, as you would have hoped they would. The Tigers, we don't believe, have any major injuries. We've not heard anything. We think everybody that is supposed to play will. The Tigers are starting to form over across the way now. You can see the Southern faithful standing up and getting ready to cheer them onto the field.
Now, one thing, you take a look at the Southern team, and it is a very large squad. Every year they put a large majority of boys on that field. One thing that, as we look at the roster here, that they do not bring on the field is the size that they normally do every year. The line that was averaging 250, 255 across, this year's not as big as what we have normally seen. As I take a look here, going down, their left tackle 230 pounds, the right tackle 245. Everybody else is around 200, 215. On the defensive side, we have Brian Leffler coming in at 265, and again the line is down 240, 225, 200. But what it does bring onto the field, Warren, is something we haven't seen in a while, and that is the speed. They said they are much quicker, even though they are smaller this year than their normal size. They've picked up the very quickness on that line, both offensively and defensively. And it's going to be a match to see, because Mount Carmel's coming in with a very large squad, strong squad, and it's going to be, towards the end of the game, you're going to see who can hold out, the longest.
More athletic is the way Coach described the Tigers, and you wonder how much more athletic they can get. I always thought they were fairly athletic to begin with, but a little quicker, a little more athletic, as you said. They're not. There's some familiar faces missing. You got that big tight end from last year, Conahan, gone.
Right.
Now Sones will be in there, and he's a big tight end in his own right.
Yes.
We'll wait and see tonight whether he's in the same caliber as Conahan was. Of course, Conahan having a big game against us last year also. But some of the old familiar names will be showing up as we go through this game. You'll know their names from before.
Yeah.
And
here's the offensive lineup. The split end, Sean Mumming. We've seen him a number of years already. Left tackle, Chad Romick. The left guard, Joel Knoble. The center, Rob Karras. The right guard, Drew Hampton. The right tackle, Nick Hampton. The tight end, Brad Sones. Quarterback, Chase Rodarmo. The halfback, Nate Chicatano. The wide receiver, Matt Murdoch. And, of course, the fullback, Eric Trometer. So they are names that we have seen time and time again. And you are talking, Coach is right. They have the experience back there. Even though they're a little bit smaller, they're coming in with the experience that they need, Warren.
Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. It really is. This might be as evenly matched as they've been in the series, to tell you the truth.
Many
when
years.
you look at them on the field, there are a lot of strengths, some weaknesses, and both teams are able to play to both of those. So this will be interesting. I think this is going to be a little bit of a coach's game too, a little bit of surprises, right, or a little bit of something different as we go to get this thing rolling. Mount Carmel area has never, although a big game last week, has never looked in sync on offense yet in the first two games. I mean, they've won one, they've lost one, but they never seem to have that movement that we're used to, that flow. So tonight will be a big test for them to see if they can get that offense rolling. Defensively, they've been good.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they've had some good games. If there's anything else in defense that they need to do tonight is you got to start seeing some of that hitting.
Well, that's where all of
probably what we missed a little bit.
Our strength comes in on the defensive end. That's where all of our experience comes in. Talking about the line and the linebackers, defensively we got Damian Buggy, the left end, Randy Swank, left tackle, the nose guard Dave Brown, Nick Bierster, number 59, the right tackle, and Nick Cuff. The two linebackers, number 6, Vinci Senchek and Stevie Matsura. The defensive backs, John Dara, Jared Pilarski, the strong safety, Justin Leanovich, and the free safety, Matt Medalis. So we're coming in with the experience, and you are right. It takes the offense a little bit longer because they have more motion. They have more things to do than what a defensive player has.
Mount Carmel area will receive to start this football game. Kicking off for the Southern Columbia area Tigers will be number 11, Matthew Murdoch. I'm sorry, 17, not 11, 17. And that's Matt Probst. I should have known that from last time. And he's going to kick down at Pilarski and Wargo that are down deep. And he kicks it straight down. Looks like Wargo's going to get it. Pilarski will get up in front of him, and Wargo heads to the sideline, makes a nice cut. And he'll bring it up to about the 21-yard line where his forward progress was. So they'll mark it at the 21, where it'll be 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes here on their first offensive series of this game. Again,
coming into the offensive side, the split end, number 1, Matt Medalis. The left tackle, number 79, John Skinner. 69, the left guard, Nick Cuff. 54, the center, Randy Swank. 51, the right guard, Dave Brown. 59, Nick Bierster, right tackle, and the tight end, number 6, Vinci Senchak.
Pitch it to Pilarski to start the game. He's going to cross over the 20-yard line. He's up to about the 24-yard line. Gain of about 3 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Tornadoes.
The backs for the Tornadoes, number 8, Dave Shinsky, the quarterback. Number 21, Steve Matsura, the slot man. Number 45, the fullback, Mike Lachinsky. And the tailback, number 42, Jared Pilarski.
Saw in a replay there as he made his cut up field. That was a nice shot there in the replay. You think we were standing right next to him there. Shinsky brings him up. He puts the big guy, Senchak, in motion. He come over and set himself now on the other side of the line. We'll go to Pilarski again, right up the middle. And Pilarski's going to stop for a loss on the play. Number 14 in on a play there, and it looks like number
34.
34 was it for the Tigers? 14 is Shoop, and 34 is going to come in at bat. Jason Probst on the play.
Probst, he's playing the cornerback over here, and as soon as he saw Senchak come over, he was automatically blitzing right down the line, and of course he came in on the tackle hole there, right where we were making the hole for Pilarski.
Pilarski comes out of the game now. And Shinsky goes into the shotgun formation, and he's going to look to pass, and he's looking at Medalis, and now he looks at number 21, Matsura, and Matsura catches it all the way down to the Southern Columbia 40-yard line. Big play by Shinsky to Matsura as he gets it right along the Red Tornadoes sideline, and a big gain. It's 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes, and they're in Tiger territory for the first time this evening, and they'll spot the ball where he went out of bounds at the 44, although I didn't see that out of bounds one.
The big thing that you noticed right there is last week we went back into the shotgun at the end of the first half, and Dave was doing some scrambling. That time there was nobody there. He had more than enough time to sit down and throw that ball.
And Pilarski's going to go in motion. We're going to go right up the middle with Lashinsky, the big guy. He'll be brought down in there, I believe, by number 86, and that's Sones. And Sones is a large one. He's the guy I talked about, Bradley Sones. He's a senior. He's 6'2", 225 pounds. He's the defensive end and the tight end. And he's a good player. We saw him last year, mostly defensively, and he'll play some football tonight for the Tigers. So a gain of about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Tornadoes. A quick pitch over to Matsura. Matsura crosses the 40-yard line, and he'll take it down to the 36-yard line of the Tigers, where it'll bring up 3rd down and about 2.
Take a look at Matsura there. Matsura just steps up one yard, catches the ball, and he's already looking for the flat to split the 2 defenders. Medalis, number 1, comes up and tries to lay a block in there somewhere just to spring Matsura.
Casey Rossini over there, 22, actually made the play that saved the touchdown, I believe. So a big 3rd down and a long 2, almost 3 yards here for the 1st down. As Shinsky will bring him up. He's got Pilarski in the tailback spot. And again, he puts Jasenchak, and he's going to just move to the other side and set back down again. And Pilarski will take it right up the middle, and he drives hard, and he drives for the 1st down. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes down at the 32-yard line of the Tigers, and that was hard running by Pilarski.
Hard running, good hold. All they needed was 3 yards, and there was some good blocking in there. Southern's playing a tough defensive stand right there, and a good run by Pilarski, picking up the yardage for the 1st down. Defensively for the Tigers, left end, Brad Sones, left tackle, Ben Deal, right tackle, Brian Leffler, right end, Mike Fox.
Now we come out with everybody split to the left. He got Pilarski in the back, and he'll pitch to him. We pull Pilarski around the end, and he's got a head of steam. And he's going to roll down inside the 20-yard line, down to the 18-yard line of the Tigers.
You see the 2 lead blockers there. Watch this. 2 lead blockers coming out. They pick the defensive end right up in the air, and that leaves Cuffey, the pulling guard, to come around. Look at number 69. Cuffey coming around, and he's looking.
Number 22 again, Rossini on the touchdown saving tackle for the Tigers, but enough for a 1st down. It's 1st and 10 from the 18 now for the Red Tornadoes.
With number 32 tailback Ben Hynoski in.
Goes right up the middle that time, and was it Hynoski that carried? No, it wasn't Hynoski that carried. It's Lashinsky.
Number 45.
Quick opener to the fullback Lashinsky, and he'll takes it up to about the 16-yard line. Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 8 now.
The linebackers for Southern, number 14, Rob Shoup, number 50, Jason Mills, 22, Casey Rossini, and number 41, Nate Chicatano.
And there's a flag. Lashinsky got off the field after they broke the huddle. You can't do that. I thought he was just going to go wide, but he didn't. He went right off the field, and that's going to cost the Red Tornadoes 5 yards. And they call it illegal substitution, but in reality, it's an illegal leaving the huddle because you can't leave after that huddle breaks, and we did. So that'll back us up 5 yards. A tough penalty down deep, and it's going to bring up a 2nd down now and 13 for the Tornadoes. And we put Medalis and Hynoski out here to the left. Shinsky's back to pass, and he's looking and looking. He's looking for. And he's got somebody in the middle there just outside of Wargo's hands. Wargo had his hands on it, but he was well covered down there. It'll go incomplete, and it'll bring up 3rd and 13 now for the Red Tornadoes.
Good pass defense by Southern. They did have everybody covered. Dave did have enough time there. One of the linebackers had released and come up to give him some pressure anyway that made him throw the ball. but some good defensive coverage there by the Southern Area Tigers.
So Pilarski will go back in there. Wargo comes out. Lashinsky comes out and goes back in. He's having a heck of a time on the substitution part of this here in the early going as Lashinsky will bring him up. He's got a split backfield now, and he'll send Matsura in motion. And he's looking at Matsura right away, and he's got him down there and can't hold on to it. The ball a little bit low. He was close to wasn't close to the first down mark. It'll bring up a 4th down now and about 13. So the Red Tornadoes move the ball well, but are now stalled down at that 21-yard line or so.
Some good defensive coverage, and that was one thing that the coaches had talked about a little bit was testing the defensive backs from Southern Area right away.
Lashinsky's in that shotgun now on that 4th down play, and he's looking. He's got Medalis over there. Oh! He had Medalis open over on the sideline, and the Tornadoes will turn the ball over as they penetrate down to the Tiger 21, where the Tigers will take over now. 1st and 10 with 7:20 remaining here in the first quarter of play, and that's a play that worked well. We just couldn't connect on it.
Well, I'll tell you what, some good patterns run there by Medalis and Matsura over on that right side. One clearing out the zone for the other, and Medalis was open that time.
Rodarmel brings them up, and he fumbles on the first play. The ball's on the ground, and I think the Red Tornadoes have picked it up. And they have. The Red Tornadoes have recovered the football. I don't see who, Wayne.
Stevie
Matsura? Okay.
Number 21, the man around. You know what? Yeah, I watched him last week, the first game. I was just talking to his dad, and I told him the first game, you look at the stats, and I saw how many tackles he did have, and I couldn't believe it. Last week, I thought, well, I'm going to watch him purposely to see. And I'll tell you what, Warren, he was around the ball just about every play. And it shows it right here. He comes up with the ball automatically.
Big break for the Tornadoes. Shinsky puts everyone out to his right now, but he's going to go back to Hynoski. Hynoski trying to get outside. He bounces past one, but he's not going to get past everybody. And he's finally going to be slowed up in there. We'll see who gets
86.
Is that Sones? Yeah, Sones will throw him up. Rosini, again, one of the guys that was pressuring him early. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 12 as the Tornadoes lose 2 yards on that play. Yeah, as Hynoski couldn't get around the end.
I'll tell you what, Sones is playing a good defensive end position out there, and what he is doing is what's expected of him, and that is to make sure that nobody gets to the outside. You string that out as much as possible, and that is the reason why Rosini, Casey's coming up and making as many tackles as he is so far in this game.
So Shinsky's going to go back in that shotgun now on a 2nd and 12, and he's looking around. He's under pressure. He looks down. He's got Medalis. He had Medalis open. Medalis just couldn't bring the ball down. Nice pass again by Shinsky. Medalis couldn't hold on to it. It'll bring up 3rd and 12 now for the Red Tornadoes. And here you'll see the replay as you see Shinsky's setup. He had a perfect lane. He fired a bullet. He had Medalis right there. Just couldn't hold on to it. Matsura and actually Medalis were very close to each other. I'm not sure if that was designed to do that or not, but they were right side by side there. And now we'll see what Shinsky has in store as he lines up, and this time he's going to line up under center. Again, he's going to look to pass. He fakes it to Pilarski. Pilarski goes nowhere on the play. Pilarski will lose yardage, in fact, as it was supposedly a quarterback draw, but it went no place. Stopped dead in the middle by that line from Southern Columbia. Now it's 4th down, and it's going to be 4th down and about 14 or 15.
Yeah, about 14. The key to that whole play is that Pilarski has to sit as long as he possibly could. But not only is the line supposed to show that they are pass protection, they're supposed to be creating a lane for him to run in also. And that's like a two-edged sword.
Buggy in for Yasenchak. As Shinsky looks around, he's under pressure, but he's going to run with it. And he's going to get tackled down about the 15-yard line where he made his forward progress. The Red Tornadoes again will give up the ball deep in Tiger territory as the Tiger defense rises up and stops them. And the Tigers will start on offense one more time. They had a tough first series where they fumbled on the first snap of the game for them, and that was the end of it. So that was the quarterback that was in the game at that time was Chase Rodarmel, number 7. Now number 8. They changed quarterbacks, and Mark Wojtowicz will come in and be the quarterback. And he hands the Trometer right up the middle. And Trometer's fumbled.
Hard.
He got bounced.
He was hit. by number 50.
Oh, Yasenchak.
Oh, did he hit him?
Oh, my goodness. Vince Yasenchak. Oh, my goodness.
And you had to see that through the binoculars.
Right. There, there it
see.
is. There it's live again. Traumater does a great job of recovering his own fumble as he got shaken from head to toe by Yasenchak on a how do you do play in the first play from scrimmage there that tried to do anything. Vajtovic now, and he's going to hand off to number 34, and 34 is going to try to get around the end there. And that, of course, is Brobst, Jason Brobst for the Tigers. Brobst picked up about 3 yards. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 7 now for the Tigers. Ball sitting right at the 30-yard line.
Again, if you take a look, for you people that haven't seen the Southern Tigers yet, they do line up their halfbacks, everybody, and it's a deception-type play. There's a lot of movement back there, fake handoffs.
Flag on the play right away, and I believe we also did one of those step off the field after the huddle broke thing. And it is where he will grab his heart. So that'll be 5 yards against the Tigers, and it'll bring up now a tougher 3rd down and 11 instead of 3rd and 6 as an illegal substitution is called on them also. So we're kind of even on that score early in the game. But
their play calling is designed as a lot of deception in the backfield, hoping to get the defense to move out of their positions, and you give a handoff to someone coming back in the opposite direction.
He sends Brobst in motion there, and he's back to pass now as he's looking around. He had a lot of time. He was trying to get to Chickatano 41. He was well covered by Medalis and also our number 41, Justin Leonovich.
Yeah.
So the Tigers now will be forced to punt without gaining a 1st down on their first series. And I don't know if he alternates his quarterbacks just series to series or what. I'm not sure what he does with it. We'll see this as the game progresses.
And everything we had read and were told, nothing was brought up about that. Why one quarterback comes in and the other one, is out.
Big guy, 72, Fox back there to punt. And he just gets it off and does a great job of falling down. The ball's going to bounce and take a Tiger bounce down to the Mount Carmel 39-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes. And big guys like Fox can't really fake that kind of a hit. He did a good job, but you just can't buy that a guy like that goes down.
I can't believe they let Cuffey come in as far as he did without even getting in front of him, slow him down a little bit.
So the Red Tornadoes now take over for the 3rd offensive series on their own 39-yard line where it's 1st and 10. And both offenses have had trouble right now with these tough defenses.
Well, I'll tell you why. You could take a look at Southern. Everything we were told how quick they were because of their size, and we can see it. They are swarming all over the place.
This goes to the fullback, number 45, Lashinsky, and he pounds it for about 9 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 1 as he goes right up the middle with the ball, and he's at about the 48-yard line.
Some good blocking on the right side, and that's where that ball was run between Randy Swank, Dave Brown, and number 59, Nick Bierster, to open up that hole for Lashinsky. But Lashinsky, some good running. He runs down, gets hit by the linebacker. As soon as he gets through the line of scrimmage, picked up an extra 4 yards.
Got Wargo out here to the left. I'm sorry, Leonovich, I think. No, Wargo. I think he got the 1st down. He'll be stopped just at the 50-yard line. So it's enough for the 1st down, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes, and the ball rests right at midfield.
That was just straight ahead blocking by the Tornadoes. They needed 1 yard. That's all they were interested in getting was that 1 yard, and you see that Lashinsky
brings Matsur in motion over here, and he's going to go back and pass. Got good. Oh, just outside Matsur's reach. Again, we roll Shinsky out a little bit there to give him some time. And just outside of Matsur's reach, it'll bring up 2nd down and 10 now from the midfield.
I'll tell you what, on the left-hand side there, they have their linebacker releasing, their outside linebacker, Rob Shoup, and putting a lot of pressure on Dave Shinsky tonight. No matter whether he goes one way or the other, he's coming in.
That was something that Coach talked about last night at Supper Club. They fully expected that. They always do it, and you will see it throughout the night. The outside linebackers releasing to the quarterback. Now the big guy, he's going to just come over here and kind of plant himself on the other side. He's been doing all evening. And we'll go right up the middle there to Matsura. Matsura is going to pound his way down to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Red Tornadoes.
You know who led the blocking? Now that went in.
Sohn's getting off the bottom for the Tigers.
I'll tell you, that went in off between the tackle and the guard. Who led the blocking? Number 6, Yushenchak, all the way down the field in front of Matsura.
So the Red Tornadoes have moved the ball fairly well, just can't penetrate down past the 20-yard line or so. He brings both guys out now, split down to his left. Split backfield. He'll go right to Pilarski, and Pilarski will pick up about 2 on the play.
No, 2. He went a little
I'm sorry.
He kept on going.
He's down to the 40, where he's about a half a yard short of the first down. I saw the pile stop, and I thought he was in it. He squirted it through. So Pilarski running tough, and again, we talked about Pilarski in the beginning of the game. Had twisted his ankle, the same ankle he injured earlier in the season, in preseason. So they were very concerned about his ability to run, but I don't think they need to be too concerned right now as he just continues to pound.
I think one of the big things here is that they're using Matsura a lot, and they're also using Mike Lashinsky, taking a little bit of pressure off.
Shinsky will take it, and he's going to get it. Second effort by Shinsky as he makes that turn, and he'll twist down below the 40 into the Tigers 39, or just shy of the 39, where it's 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, good move by Dave. He saw that the middle was blocked up, and instead of diving, he actually rolled, picks up the 1st down. One thing that I noticed when you're watching, Southern is noted for their 4-4. They'll come out in the 4-4, the first down maybe, but the last few series that we've run here, they're running a 5-man line, two linebackers.
Quick one to Matsura, and he gets it at the 40, and he's got ahead of steam, and he's dropped the ball. The ball came loose right at the 30. We'll see who recovered it, and they're not saying anything right now. He popped the ball right out of his hands, and it's
3rd down.
3rd down as Medalis, I believe, or Matsura, one or the other, got it back, but a nice run on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd down now and 2 for the Red Tornadoes.
Great call by the coach that time. Take a look at that defense. Now the defense for Southern is a 4-4, which means they're going to be spread out and they're protecting the flats. In the last
it's a first
down they gave him.
It depended on where they marked it, and with the fumble, they were having a scuffle there to see where the guy came up with it.
So what they did that time on defense, they put a 6-man lineup, which left Medalis by himself, or Matsura by himself, number 21 out here on the flat.
So Shinsky's now back to pass. He's looking, it's tipped at the line. I didn't see you got his big hand up there, but tipped at the line of scrimmage. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes, and it's probably 86, the large one, Sohn's there, who got his big paw up in the way. I didn't see exactly, but ball was knocked down and was dangerously fluttering in the middle there for a while.
And you see that was just a quick timing pass. All we were doing was coming across the center that time, and I think what they've noticed is the defense that Southern is putting on the field. In fact, they're putting a 6-man line in now. It is giving our receivers that open area.
Again, this one to Pilarski, and he cannot get past number 34, and that's Jason Brobst. Jason, the senior, the 6 foot, 165-pound senior, played it well. He's going to send Pilarski back for a loss on the play, back to the 32-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down now and about 12. So the Tigers continually to stiffen up when they get down close there. And that's the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. That was a quick first quarter with the score. Mount Carmel area Red Tornadoes 0 and the Tigers of Southern Columbia 0. And we'll switch fields here and take a moment to remind you that you are watching WKMC TV. We're the broadcast arm of Mount Carmel Area High School, and we are broadcasting directly from that campus. You catch us every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock on Channel 13, courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System. We are an instructional fixed television service. And remember, I can say this now, I believe, that we are live as of in the mornings. I'm looking at her and she's going, what are you, crazy? Tuesday. This Tuesday coming, or Okay, so we are live this Tuesday coming finally in the mornings at 7:30. What, did you black out there or what? I looked over at Amy and I don't know where she went on that one, but we are live in the morning, so at 7:30 you want to turn to Channel 13. You can catch all the news that's happening in Mount Carmel area, both athletically and scholastically. And it's just a pretty neat thing to see these young kids on TV and doing the great job that they do. So we'll set it up here to start the second quarter of play. The ball's on the Tiger 32. It is 3rd and 12 where the Red Tornadoes now will line it up. He's bringing Wargo out to his right. He's in shotgun formation. And he's under a lot of pressure this time. A lot of pressure, and he's going to have to, and he doesn't. And so he's going to be dropped for a big loss back at the 42-yard line where it'll bring up 4th down and 100 miles. And the Red Tornadoes will elect to kick.
Well, the whole thing about that play is we're going back in the shotgun and we're putting Pilarski back as protection, one man. And as we saw that time, they blitzed 2 from the same side, and there's no way in the world that Pilarski can block 2 men.
Right. Loshinsky back to punt, and he'll boff it one, and he does. Southern put no one back, hoping it would go in the end zone, and it does. So they'll take over on the 20-yard line. They were not going to put anybody back there to risk any problems. So the Tigers hold once again on defense, and they will take over 1st and 10. So a tough defensive battle so far tonight, just like we had thought it would be. Both teams great on defense. The Tigers had more offensive success than we have in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
But not having their way much right now, as Road Armel now is back in the game, and he hands it to Schicatano, and Schicatano gets buried in there. That's Cuff on the bottom, number 3 for the Red Tornadoes. John Dara gives him a good healthy hit to bring him down, and he'll pick up about 5 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 5.
Steve Masur comes in, takes on the 2 lead blockers, and makes the initial hit on Schicatano in the backfield.
Difficult offense to see who gets the ball. As Road Armel now underneath center. And he keeps it this time. Road Armel's going to keep it, and he's brought down hard in there. He's up to about the 30. He's very just close to the 1st down where the ball's finally marked. But you're right, Matsura gave him a hit. It'll bring up 3rd down now and less than 1 for the 1st down. I'm wondering how the spot got there myself. I mean, I can hear the fans on the southern side. I'm thinking the same thing. I thought he had crossed over when he finally hit the ground, but I'm not wearing one of those striped shirts. So 3rd down now for the Tigers as they try to get their initial first down of the game. Road Armel's going to try to keep it, and yes, he does. And when they mark him, he's over. He's at the 31 where it's 1st and 10 Tigers.
Again, a good second effort because the middle of that line was totally blocked up with Dave Brown, Randy Swank, and Bierster pinching in. And Rodomino makes the right move by popping out to the outside a little bit over the guard position.
Each time he keeps it and goes back in passing position. He was looking downfield down there. He was covered by Medalis. He was looking for the big tight end, Sones, but Matsura and Medalis were all over him, and he had no chance to catch the ball.
Yeah, Matsura in the front. He goes up, swats the ball, and Medalis comes right down over the back, and Sones didn't have any chance at all.
Here you see the good coverage. You can see Medalis up there as Sones, and Medalis was up as high as Sones was on the play. So a good play by the Red Tornadoes, and it's now 2nd down and 10 for the Tigers as Road Armel brings them up. This is a reverse to Schicatano, and he's already in trouble, and he's going to be in worse trouble as Buggy was all over that play. I mean, he left nothing to chance. They didn't fool Buggy at all, and Justin Leonovich finished them off. But a big play by the defensive end.
They're bringing that all the way back. They brought that back 8 yards.
So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and let's see.
20?
3rd down, 20. It's about 20 to tell you the truth where they're marking it. So a 10-yard loss or so by Schicatano as he's caught it on what was a reverse, but it didn't go anywhere. And we'll see what Road Armel has in store as he brings his team up in that tight wishbone formation. He's going to go back to pass. Cuffey made him make the turn, but he's got a good shot there, and he finds number 11 down there for the pass catch, and that's Murdoch, but not enough for the first down. And he'll bring up now 4th down in a punting situation as he got it up to the 36-yard line, but he needed to go to the 42 for the first down.
Ben Inoski on that play defensively. He's come in for Pilarski. As we had stated, Pilarski twisting an ankle and giving him some rest for offense. So Ben Inoski comes in playing that outside corner position.
So Wargo and Leonovich line up deep, and they'll await the punt. And it's a kind of line drive, and it's going to bounce down and take another good kick. And it's going to bounce down to the 29-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, where they'll take it 1st and 10. And big number 72 gives it a good shot. He's not the most picturesque kicker, but he's very deadly. He gets the ball in a good bounce, and it goes end over end. You can't stop it.
Well, you know, he's kicking a low line drive kick, but he has good coverage down there. The ball hits and it rolls, and what Southern's trying to do is stop any type of run back from the Tornadoes.
Pilarski trying to get around the end. He does. Makes a cut to the outside, stays on his feet, and he'll take it up to the 37-yard line. It'll bring up 2nd down and about 2. Nice run.
Murdoch coming in from the defensive back position, and he didn't make all he did was swipe at Pilarski's legs and just took him off balance enough for Pilarski had the corner and he was going.
Again to Pilarski right up the middle this time. He'll gain about a yard on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Looking for that first down, 2 yards, and that was just a straight dive play, straight ahead blocking. But again, you see the defense for Southern area coming up, and they're swarming. They are much, much quicker than we have seen them in the last couple of years, Warren.
Yep, they are. They are a formidable defense here tonight. Come up in an I formation. Everybody split to the right, and the big guy's going to come over and do that little switch. As Sinchak gets in place, we go to Pilarski, and Pilarski bursts over the 40-yard line up to the 41 for a first down for the Red Tornadoes. And again, they continue to churn some yardage up. They just can't get it deep in there for the score. The Tornado offense, right now at least, looking better than the Tiger offense, or the Tornado offense, looking better than the Tiger offense. But neither one having their way with either of these defenses.
And see, on this right-hand side here with Swank and Dave Brown and Nick Bierster over there, it seems like they're doing a great trap job and opening up some holes.
Lashinsky right up the middle, and he pounds out to the 45-yard line, and somebody took a shot from him as he was coming through.
You could hear it all the way up here. You can hear those pads cracking.
And he's a tough runner. He really is. You don't give him enough credit. He doesn't look that big, but my goodness, he is not afraid to bury that helmet. So bring up a 2nd down now and about 7 for the Red Tornadoes. Brings Matsuri in motion across the thing. He's going to block for Pilarski as Pilarski pounds his way up into Tiger territory at the 49, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 1. And Pilarski is running hard.
Yeah, Pilarski's doing an excellent job blowing some holes on that line there. We did show a little bit of pass. We did spread out the defense slightly, and it made a natural hole on the right-hand side of the line there. But I'll tell you what, we're now starting to get a little bit of downfield blocking now from the weak side. You see John Skinner, number 79, was down there blocking 10 yards, and so was Nick Cuff, number 69.
Sohn's shaken up and out of the game as Lashinsky will try to take it up the middle, and he'll go, I believe, not enough.
No.
We'll wait and see where they start. Where they set it right at the 49. He needs to get about another half a yard or so down to close to the 48 for the first down. It's 4th down now and a yard. 66 came into the game for Sohn's number Hampton. Drew Hampton's in the game now, playing at defensive end position.
No, here's a big key play, because right now it's sort of
the Tornadoes are going to go for it here at midfield, which is a dicey call right now, the way these defenses are playing. Shinsky's going to get the first down and then some. A nice, tough play by Shinsky. 10 in Tiger territory. We go to Pilarski, and this time he is met hard by Rosini. Manages to gain about a yard, but he was hit head-on by Rosini at the line of scrimmage. And Rosini's having himself a pretty good football game. Casey Rosini,
I'll tell you
number
what,
22.
He smelled that play out, and he came up through the hole that was intended for Pilarski and made an excellent tackle on Pilarski.
Almost no gain now. They already spotted the ball, so he stopped him at the line of scrimmage. So it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Tornadoes. It's a split backfield now for Shinsky. And he hands it right up the middle there, and that's Matsura. Matsura fights his way down past the 45, down to about the 43-yard line. Picks up.
Matsura is another one that they have to watch very closely, because he has the speed, but he also has the balance that he showed right there. He was hit at the line of scrimmage, put his hand down, kept his balance, and picked up 4 yards, and was very close to picking up some extra yardage there.
So brings up a 3rd and 6 now for the Tornadoes. Ball sitting at the Tiger 43-yard line. And Shinsky's going to look to pass under heavy pressure. They blitzed up the middle with Chicatano. He looks over and he sees Matsura just over Matsura's hands. He had the screenplay set up. It was perfect. Just a little high for Matsura to get his hands on, but he was under tremendous pressure.
Yes, and that was the key to that play, that Dave was under that much pressure that he actually had to turn and look away from Matsura and move in the opposite direction towards Southern Area's bench, try to turn around and throw the ball back again.
To be truthful with you, had he hooked up, it was a touchdown.
It was a touchdown. But you know what? You have to give Dave credit that he had enough arm going backwards that he was able to make that throw.
Shinsky kicks it into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback, and the Tigers will take over on their own 20. But there's a play that had touchdown written all over. We just could have got it together. So the Tiger offense comes on the field, and they've not had a very good evening so far tonight. It's 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining here in the first half, and I believe they've had 1 first down so far in the first half. So they've had a tough time of it as they come up. And he's going to hand it to Chicatano, who's got outside. Medalis will bring him down. Very close to the first down, though.
He picked up the first down.
Wojtowicz in at quarterback now. So he handed it to Chicatano, and Chicatano trying to get outside. And he does for the first down, as Wayne just said. So it'll be 1st and 10, the second first down of the evening for the Tigers.
Well, that's the quickness that Chicatano brings to the field, that he gets to the outside. The defensive ends just have to try to contain him and bring him back into the defense.
So Wojtowicz owns it to Tromminer right up the middle there. Tromminer will cross over to 35-yard line. Ball will set down at the 35, where he was brought down in there by Yasencha, or was he brought down in there by Wayne? Number Matsura. Wojtowicz brings him up, 2nd and 7 now. He hands it off to Brobst, and Brobst is going to take it up to about the 39-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and 4.
Tackle there made by number 6, Yasenchak, coming around from the opposite side. He went through the hole. There was a hole right there off guard, goes through the hole in the backfield and comes back and picks up Brobst on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Chicatano on the play, and he stood up at the line but still keeps churning. He'll cross over the 45-yard line to the 46 for the first down. 1st and 10 Tigers. That time they had him stopped, and he kept on moving a little bit and then picked up the first down, picked up 5 yards. Brobst, and Brobst will be brought down a gain of about 2. It'll bring up 2nd and 8. He's brought down in there by Yasenchak, number 6, the linebacker.
Timeout called by Southern Area with 1 minute and 6 seconds left in the half.
And This is everything we thought about
yeah.
and then some. My goodness, Supper Club last night, another good night at Supper Club. Baked ziti. Oh my goodness, that could kill me.
Was it?
I'm telling you, it's good enough to kill me. But had a great night. Coach talked a lot about this game. Had some players. Dave Brown stood up and answered some questions and talked a little bit. Yeah, it was a very nice affair. Again, you want to see all that's the inner workings of Mount Carmel football. All you got to do is show up at Matucci's at 6:15 on a Thursday night in that back room. $5 dues, $7 for the meal. And if you don't want to eat, you don't have to. But I don't know anybody who goes to Matucci's and doesn't eat. But you can sit back, enjoy a great meal for a good price, and really help these kids out, as everything the Supper Club does goes back into the athletic program at Mount Carmel area. So Wojtowicz brings them up now, and you can feel the crowd as the Tigers have actually made their greatest penetration tonight, and they're still in their own territory as Wojtowicz looks around for the pass. And he's got Shikatano, and he couldn't just haul it in there. It's a little bit high. He had nice protection, and Shikatano was covered well in there by Leonovich. 241s fighting it out there.
Some pressure, though, on Cuffey coming in from this side. I don't know who's on the other side there. Oh, that was Buggy, number 29, putting some pressure, extra pressure, and it almost stepped up into the pocket and overthrew Shikatano.
3rd and 7 now. Wojtowicz back to pass. And he's way over everybody's head on that one. I'm not sure where he was heading on that. Wojtowicz, when you look at him, is only 5'10". So one of the problems he's having is seeing over everybody. You can tell that he's trying to get a lane. He's trying to duck his head and see where there's a lane to get a throw into. But it's going to bring up 4th and 7, and the Tigers will be forced to punt the ball. 57 seconds left here in the first half. They are protecting him pretty well, though. He doesn't have time to throw.
They have time to throw. They're picking up Cuffey right away, kicking him to the outside. And Nordarmel is stepping up into the pocket very nice.
Fox will whack another one of those line drivers that he's been doing, and he does again, and he ends it again. Only this time it kind of stops dead. That's the first it's done all night. So they'll down it down along the 21-yard line, but it didn't move when it hit the ground that time.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that wouldn't have stopped, Wargo, number 27, was standing right there. We had a lane all the way down in front of our bench here because their defense was covering more the center of the field than they were spread out.
Well, Shinsky heads into the lineup there with the play. 49 seconds now remaining here as he brings the Red Tornadoes up. And he's got the big guy, Yasenchak, split wide left, but he's going to hand it up the middle, and the middle is going to show nothing. There'll be no gain on the play there as Sones, number 50, getting off the pile down there for the Tigers, and that's Jason Mills, senior, 5'10", 200 pounds. So they clog it up. It'll be 2nd and 10 now.
Clock running, it's down to about 30 seconds right now, so the Tornadoes, I think, are going to be content with just running the clock out for this half.
Number 31, Damian Shikatano into the lineup. He's coming out. Dashinsky's right there, but it'll go right up the middle to Pilarski, and again, I think he'll go for no gain either.
Yeah.
As the Tiger defense, we're not doing anything fancy down there. The clock runs down at 7 seconds now. And you're right, the Tornadoes will take it into the halftime along with the Tigers and try to figure out how to get something going against these tough defenses. We, of course, will be back shortly with all the halftime stats from Jose, so stay tuned. And okay, gang, we're back here to start the second half of play in what was a tight first half, and I believe we're going to see that the first half statistics will bear that out, Wayne.
Oh, I'll tell you what. The paper's not going to tell you anything different than what you had watched on the TV tonight. For the Mount Carmel Red Tornadoes, we had 27 rushing plays for 56 yards. Pilarski's running very tough with the busted up ankle, 13 for 36 yards. Mikey Lashinsky doing a very good job also, 7 for 18 yards. Metsur, 2 for 9. In the passing department, we're 3 of 10 for 49 yards. And you look at that statistic a little bit and you're saying, boy, Dave's not having a very good night. But that's really not the case. Dave is right on tonight again. His timing is down perfect. A lot of that came from the pressure that is coming from the 2 cornerbacks from Southern area, putting a lot of pressure on Dave, and especially the screen pass where we had Mitsura standing over here on the side wide open. Dave, I don't even know how he got the ball all the way over. Shows the strength in his arm. Got it over to Mitsura like he did, and it was just a little overthrown. Mitsura is the only receiver, 3 for 49 yards. On the other side for the Southern Area Tigers, 12 carries or 12 rushing plays for 45 yards only. Passing department, 1 of 5, which we sort of expected for 14 yards. Chickatano carried the ball 4 times for 19 yards already tonight. First downs, Tornadoes 8 and Southern Area 3. The one thing though, Mount Carmel, the Tornadoes have moved the ball and did an excellent job, some nice drives up and down. But again, you see the tenacity of the Southern Area Tigers defensively. Once we get down into that red zone, they do make it very tough, and we haven't gotten much further than the 20-yard line. But we are eating up the clock. That might come back and bite us a little bit later on. Retaining the ball. We have had the ball for 17 minutes. Southern about, Jose said, 7 minutes in the first half. So, when you have the ball that much, you would hope or expect, at least with all the drives, that you would be able to pop one over that goal line and put a score up on the board.
Southern will receive to start the second half. Whitecamp, number 9 for the Red Tornadoes, will kick it off, and he's kicking down to Chickatano and Brobst. And I doubt that he's going to kick it that deep. He does, but he kicks it to Brobst. Brobst takes it about the 15-yard line, brings it upfield, and he'll be tackled and brought down about the 34-yard line, where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. And we'll see number 7 initially come out, and that's Chase Rodarmel, the 5'11 senior. We also have one number to talk about that was different. Apparently, and I did notice that some of the Southern Tiger, the jerseys were different. Wearing number 74 is Brian Leffler. Okay, it wasn't loaded as 78, but 74 is Brian Leffler for the Tigers. And we go right to Chickatano, and he'll be brought down for a gain of about 2 yards on the play.
Of course, number 59 coming from that defensive tackle position, Nick Bierster, very quick feet that time, going over the top of everybody to get Chickatano making the tackle for only a 2-yard gain.
Brings up a 2nd down and 9, actually just less than 2 yards on the carry. And Rodarmer's going to give it to Brobst, and Brobst will make that cut through, and he brings it up over the 45-yard line for enough for the first down. Pickup of about 9 on the play for number 34, Jason Brobst.
Now you see a lot deception there. Get the motion going one way, and Brobst came back all the way from the opposite side. And he's playing like, a halfback off the defense or offensive end there.
Chickatano in motion, and then
we got both.
Chickatano and Brobst both went in motion, and that's just not going to happen. So that'll be a motion penalty on the Tigers and take them back 5 yards. Ball was also bouncing around free there. But you saw both of those guys turned and faced each other, and that's a no-no even in the wing tee. So it'll bring up 1st down and 15 now as they mark 5 off against the Tigers.
Tigers come out in the second half here, and the opening kickoff, and start moving the ball a little bit. They come out with a little bit of fire in their eyes. Some different plays offensively than we had seen in the first half. They're doing a little bit more deception, more movement in the backfield now, and some more trap plays up in that line.
So Rodarmer brings them up the ball back at the 40-yard line now of the Tigers. And he's back to pass, and he's...
Shovel pass, and it is...
They're down. That's Swank.
Yeah.
Swank took Chickatano and just threw him to the ground on the shovel pass.
I don't know what Rodarmer was looking at there. He didn't even see Chickatano. He threw the ball so far in front of him that ball could have been intercepted. That's how far it was out there.
No gain on the play, so it'll bring up a 2nd and 15 now for the Tigers. Swank just all over that play. Puts Brobst in motion, but he's back to pass, and he gets away, and he's going to take off. He has plenty of room. He's going to get more than the first down, and then some. And he's a shoestring tackle down there by number 32 for the Red Tornadoes, and he saved the touchdown. That's Hynoski. big run now for Road Armel, and now they're in Mount Carmel area territory all the way down to the 37-yard line where it's 1st and 10 Tigers.
The killer there is the cuff got caught on the inside. He got hooked. He got turned to the inside, and Road Armel got out to the outside and right around him, and he was gone.
Now they line up in that full house, 3 guys side-by-side backfield. And we're going to give it to Brobst. And Brobst will be brought down for a gain of about 2 on the play down to the 30-yard line. I'm sorry, 34-yard line. So it'll bring up a 2nd and 8 for the Tigers.
You got Mansour making the hit in the backfield. Brown making a tackle along with Vinci Yasenchak.
Deepest penetration of the evening for the Tigers. And this time it goes to Chicatano. And Chicatano, and I don't know how he got out of that, but he'll go down to about the 30-yard line. Picked up about 7 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down now. 3rd down at about 3.
Yeah,
I don't know how he wasn't stopped there.
He was hit at the line. Everything was blocked up, and he just made a move to the left, back into the center. Tackle there made by Ben Hynoski, number 32.
Now they'll line up in a more same backfield, side by side, all 3 of them. And it's going to be 5 yards, and that's a killer. That's a killer penalty there when you're at 3rd and 3. It'll bring up a 3rd and 8 now for the Tigers as they move in the backfield there.
Well, the thing there is sometimes when you're the only one moving, the best thing to do is just take your motion, just continue
and go in
along
motion
the line
and get out of the way there.
And get out of the way and hope the play takes off.
Yes, that may be the safest way out of that one. So now a big 3rd down and 8 for the Tigers, and that'll change that play a little bit. And he's back to pass. Road Armel's looking downfield, and he's got his receiver. He's got the tight end Sones, enough for the 1st down as he's taking it down to the 24-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. And that was a nice pass by number 7, Road Armel. Yeah. Here you see it on the replay. Again, plenty of time. And he rifles it down to a target, and I'll tell you what, it's pretty hard to miss Sones when he's downfield, because he's a big one.
Yeah, Sones was the only one out on the pass pattern that time. They come up full house backfield looking like a run.
1st and 10, and we go to Trometer, and Trometer's piling up the middle there. He'll cross over the 20-yard line and be down to about the 23, it looks like, where they'll finally set it down. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
And you can see why they like to go to Trometer down here in this area. The size of him, the strength that he has, and very quickly he can pick up, 6-7 yards for you.
Tigers on the march here now in the 3rd quarter. This time to Chicatano. And Chicatano broke out of that group again, and he'll take the ball down very close to the 1st down. We'll see where they set it down before we call it. And it is 1st and 10 as he just got over the marker. So it's a 1st and 10 now. And now the ball's sitting at the Mount Carmel area 14-yard line. This time he goes to Brobst, and Brobst is brought down hard. That's Leonovich on the initial hit, along with 51 down there, the big guy for the Red Tornadoes, Dave Brown. Picks up less than a yard on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
I'll tell you what, the butter plays that they're running with the full backfield, handing it off to the halfback, the tailback.
Trometer piles ahead, and he squirts through the line again. He'll pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Yep. And see what that play does for you, Warren. You see they have a full house backfield that forces the defense to make an excellent play. You have to make a good tackle, get in and make a good tackle on Trometer. He's so big, so strong. You have so many blockers out in front of him, leading him through the hole.
3rd and 5 now for the Tigers. Ball on the 7-yard line. This time we come to Brobst, and Brobst down inside the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 First and 2. I'm sorry. First and goal from the 2 for the Tigers. And here is the deepest penetration of the evening for the Southern Columbia area Tigers. And they're going to send the play in with Rosini, number 22, as he comes into the lineup.
This would have to, my guess here that this is going to be a full house and it's going to Trometer. He was the one that cut up the turf so far coming down this drive.
Goes to Chicatano, and Chicatano tries to get outside, and he puts it in from the 2. Touchdown, Southern Columbia. At the 6:12 mark of the third quarter, the Tigers have scored, and it is 6-0 Tigers, and we'll see what they do for the extra point.
Looks like they're going to kick. They're setting up. Number 17 has the tee in his hand.
17 is Matthew Probst. He'll come in for the point after attempt. Bobbled a little bit, and he didn't get it. There's a flag on the play, and we'll see what they call, but the hold was and they're going to call roughing the kicker. Roughing the kicker against the Tornadoes, and now that may change what the Tigers want to do as they look to the sideline to ask what they should do. And they're going to go for the 2 points. They're going to change this and go for the 2 points. As you see Road Armel over there racing up. Probst comes out of the ball game. 23 was the holder. Mummy, he did a good job of holding on to the snap, but he couldn't get it down in time. So now Casey Rosini into the backfield. Number 22, he comes into the game. And we'll see what the Tigers do as they now go from the 1 yard line. And they give it to Trometer, and he puts it in. Trometer takes it in for the 2-point conversion. So at the 6:12 mark here of the third quarter down here in the Silver Bowl, it is now Southern Columbia area Tigers 8 and the Red Tornadoes 0, and we'll await the Tiger kickoff. Pilarski and Wergel will go deep. And they'll await the kickoff. And Matt Probst will tee it up. And first blood here of this long game now has been drawn by the Tigers, Wayne.
That was an excellent drive, and I'll tell you what set that drive up was a heads-up play by Road Armel when he scooted around the outside to pick up 20, 25 yards for the first down.
High kick, very high kick, and it's going to go to Leonovich, 41. And Leonovich, believe it or not, found a seam. He's got Wargo in front of him. He'll be brought down by number 33 from the Tigers, and that's Eric Levan. But deep into Tiger territory, down at the 37-yard line goes Leonovich, and he nearly broke it, Wayne.
No, I'll tell you what an excellent run by Leonovich, and you're talking about somebody who doesn't touch the ball very often. And he picked it up, and I'll tell you what, it's a high kick. And when you're a receiver getting a high kick like that, you're sort of thinking in your back of your mind, am I going to get run over as I catch this? And of course, Leonovich did the smart thing and took it down the sideline.
Shinsky barely hung on to it, and he pitched it to Pilarski.
Forward pass.
I have no idea what that play was. I have no idea what we were trying to do there.
Yeah. Dave had a little bit of hard time coming out. He was trying to step out from the center. Did not have the ball quite right. And Pilarski was not watching. In fact, Pilarski was wide open. Wasn't looking back to see what Dave was doing. And Dave tossed him the ball, and it was a forward pass.
That was a dangerous play. We escaped it, but it'll bring up 2nd and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes at the Tiger 37. Dave's got plenty of time this time, and he throws it, an interception. Number 14 on the interception, Robert Shoup, and he threw it right to him.
Yeah,
he didn't have to do much to catch that one. So the Red Tornadoes, there's a flag on the play way over on the other side of the field as the referee blows it dead. And we'll see, it's going to go against the Red Tornadoes, so it is an interception and a turnover. And the Red Tornadoes stunned themselves this time offensively as they turned the ball over. Ball sitting at the Southern Columbia 39-yard line where they'll take over. And we'll see number 8. They continue the quarterback shuffle. Wojtowicz now in. After Rhode Armour leads him to the touchdown, Wojtowicz comes in on the next series. So he doesn't bend much. Once he's in the rotation, he seems to stay there.
I tell you what, it doesn't make much sense to me because Rhode Armour was playing in some good position back there.
Chickatano on the carry this time, and Chickatano breaks it to the outside. Yasenchak will finally bring him down, but not before he crosses over the 45 to the 46-yard line. Picks up about 5 yards on the play, and it's deceptive in that he looks like he stopped.
Yeah.
Picked up 6 yards on the play, or bring up his second down and 3.
The best thing that Chickatano's doing, he's keeping his feet moving. His quick feet, shuffling them, keeping them moving a little bit, and finding an open position to get to.
This time to Probst. We've seen this play on and on and on. He's going to take it up to about the 49-yard line. Very close to the first down. We'll see where they set it down at to see, and it is. It will be a first down. So 1st and 10, the ball sitting directly on the midfield stripe at the 50-yard line. And the Tornadoes desperately need a defensive stop here tonight, Wayne. Well, right here, they need to stop.
I'll tell you why. Right from the kickoff, Southern area did come out with fire in their eyes, and you'd see, as soon as they got the ball, they start moving it a little bit here, a little bit there, and then Rhode Armour really put the spark in the whole team by that great run around the end when he was caught off guard and there was too much pressure on him when he was back to pass. Those are the little things that you only need to give your team a shot in the arm, a little bit of adrenaline.
Wojtowicz keeps it this time, and he's searching for some room, and he'll cross down to about the 47-yard line, gain of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 7 for the Tigers.
Number 51 Brown in on that. Number 59 Nick Bierster coming in to make the tackle. Neither one of these quarterbacks are not afraid to tuck the ball underneath their arm and take it up a hole or around an end.
Chickatano on a reverse. He hands it to Probst, and Probst is free. Probst will be brought down there by Cuff, who turned as he saw he was to the outside. He turned and made a nice comeback play, but enough for the first down. So it's a 1st and 10 now from the Mount Carmel area 39-yard line, and the Tigers are driving on offense once again tonight. Right up the middle with Trometer. Number 69, Cuff, again, is the guy that has him, and he pulls him back. Trometer takes it down to the 36-yard line, gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7.
And again, the big key here is that they are moving the ball down. They're picking up their first down, and they have already, at this point, they have the clock down to 3:24 in the third quarter.
This time to Trometer again, and Trometer makes that one cutback. He's still on his feet. He's going to pick up about 2 yards on the play. It'll bring up a 3rd and 5 now. And they'll set the ball down at the 34-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. Getting off that pile is Brown down there.
Yeah, you can see how strong Trometer is. He went through the hole, picked up 3 yards. He was hit, knocked back a little bit, but kept his balance and leaned forward for an extra yard.
This time he hands it to Chickatano as he tries to get outside. And he'll pick up about 2 yards on the play, if anything. It's going to bring up a 4th down now and about 3. 4th and 3, the ball at the Mount Carmel area 32-yard line. And of course, they're going to go for it.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be, I would say they're probably going to end up full house backfield and just straight dive plays.
Number 11, Murdoch, brought the play in, and he'll come all the way out on the left side here. He's the only one split from the formation.
No movement.
They went offside.
Yeah, Chickatano stepped up a little bit quicker before the before the ball was snapped. You see what they were doing, though. They were throwing a little pass play right over the center for 4 yards.
Illegal procedure is a 5-yard penalty, so it'll take it back and make it 4th down now and about 8. And quite frankly, when you look at where you're at now in the score and the way this game is, I'd kick the ball.
Here? Yes.
Yep, I would not try to go for it here. They are, but I would not. This is a field position game going now for the Tigers, but here they go. They're going to line up on a 4th and 8. And he's going to go back to pass, and Wojtowicz looks downfield, and he's got number 11, Murdoch. He's the guy that came in the play before. Murdoch takes it down to the 24-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Tigers. And I'll tell you what, Wojtowicz and Rodarm will have all the time in the world to throw this ball.
And that's what's making the difference here. Between those two quarterbacks, you wonder sometimes why a coach does that, but both of these quarterbacks now in this third quarter have shown that they do have an arm that they can get the ball downfield 10, 15 yards.
He gets Brobst over there in the flat, and Brobst is on the run, and Brobst will take it down to the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal from the 5 for the Tigers as they are now pushing the Big Red defense all around his field. Here you see the pass. Matsura is trailing him but can't catch him until he gets down to the 5.
Brobst came out of the backfield that time. Just a little delay. Snuck out into the flat. Nobody was on him at that point.
They line up in that 3 straight backfield there. Chickatano on the carry, and he's picking and choosing his way down. And Chickatano will take it down to about the 3. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 3. Senchak on the stop for the Red Tornadoes. Oh, they bump into each other. Trometer was the guy with the ball. He bumps into Wojtowicz right as he gets the handoff, and he'll gain no yards. It'll bring up 3rd down now. And goal from the 3. Kind of ran into each other and killed the play dead there.
Unusual play for the quarterback. They've run that play at least 10 times and made some good yardage on it each time.
82 Apple into the game for the Tigers as Wojtowicz brings them up. This time they're going to go the other way to Brobst, and Brobst was stopped in the backfield but got away from Leonovich, and he takes it in for the score at the 17-second mark of the third quarter. The Tigers have scored again and make the score Southern Columbia area 14, Mount Carmel area 0, and we'll wait for the extra point attempt from number 17, Matthew Brobst, the junior 5'11", 140-pounder. Now we'll see how this one goes. He had some problems with the snap the first time around.
The snap was a little high, and it did take time for him to get it back down onto the tee.
This time the snap is perfect, and so is he.
Yeah.
So at the 17-second mark here in the third period of play, it is Southern Columbia area 15, Mount Carmel area 0. And the Tigers have made some adjustment somewhere along in the
and you can
halftime there to do something different.
Yeah, something in their offensive blocking scheme they had to go in at halftime and readjust, because they've come out and have some very good drives, and they're drives that are picking up some big yardage on key plays, and picking up the first down, and taking the ball over. The big play is when they get into that full house backfield and they give it to Trometer off either left guard or right guard.
So Brobst is teeing it up here, and he'll get ready to knock it down.
Ooh.
And he kicks a dandy all the way down to the 10-yard line. Wargo drops it but picks it back up. And now he's looking upfield, and he'll cross over the 20 out to the 22-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes. So that was one heck of a boot.
And I'll tell you what, that's what you look for when you're kicking off. You want that extra height with the speed that is back there for the Tornadoes. You want to get some good coverage, and you see exactly what he did. Wargo touched the ball, and by the time he picked it up and started running with it, there were 5 guys on him for Southern area.
Pilarski with the ball, and he bounces outside. But he's going to have to cut up soon, and he's not going to do it as the Southern defense is all over him. Rossini again, and Rossini's having a heck of a night down there along with Chicatano on the play. A loss on the play at 2 yards. It'll bring up 2nd down now and 12 for the Red Tornadoes as Pilarski cannot get around the end.
Yeah, it shows the quickness of Southern. They're just cutting everybody off from cutting around the corner, and especially Pilarski. You see Chicatano and who was the other guy that was out there around the corner with Chicatano?
Rossini,
Casey. And out there, he beat Pilarski out to the corner, and that's the killer. You're seeing the quickness tonight, Southern area, and that's playing a big part in this game, and it is their quickness.
That was the end of the 3rd quarter here, with the Southern Columbia Tigers in the lead, 15-0. Remind you that you are watching WKMC TV, broadcast on Mount Carmel Area High School. We broadcast directly from the campus. We are an instructional fixed television service, and you catch us every Wednesday night of the football season at 8 o'clock on Channel 13, courtesy of the Service Electric Cable System. I keep getting that wrong, so we'll start this 4th quarter with the Tornadoes in a hole, and they're backed up deep, and they look, and he intercepted it. I cannot see who ran up and got it. When he gets out of the pile, I will try. That's 23. Number 23, Sean Mummy, and he saw the play all the way. Shinsky throws the interception, and the Tigers now take over deep in Mount Carmel area territory. The ball sitting at the 27-yard line of the Red Tornadoes.
So we had two guys out on the pass pattern over there, and Mummy, all he did was he just released. They had both men covered. Southern area did. Mummy released off his zone and just came up and made the catch.
So Rhode Armel now back in the game as he takes his next set. And Rhode Armel keeps it on a keeper from the quarterback. We saw that. And he dropped the ball. The ball's loose. Mount Carmel area will recover it. Number 3 for the Red Tornadoes. Dara on the ball. And I don't see, did you see who stripped it from him?
I did.
But number 3 recovers, so the Tigers turn it back over on the first play. And we'd seen that, you see it coming. Let's see if we can see who strips it. You see him coming around the end, and he makes the cut inside. And
Buggy, 29.
29, Buggy strips the ball. Dara recovers and ends that threat. But the Red Tornadoes now back inside their 15 at the 14 where it's 1st and 10. And they've got a ways to go here in this 4th quarter. Right up the middle. And that's Lashinsky, I believe. No, I'm sorry, that's Matsura up the middle. He's brought down in the middle down there by number 11 and number 34. 34 is Probst, number 11 in the game is Murdoch, and 34 hurt himself. He's asking to come out, and he's running down there. So Chicatano will come in and play that linebacker position for Probst. As I couldn't see what happened to him. As soon as he stood up, he ran off the field. Looks like he has something in his eye or something down there. So it's 2nd down and 7, a 3-yard gain by Matsura. Pilarski now the lone back in the backfield. I'm sorry, in the I formation as we throw it over to Matsura in a quick one. And Matsura will be brought down. Gain about 3 yards in the play. He's brought down by number 14, Robert Shoup, the senior, 5'7", 160 pounds. Brings up a 3rd down and about 4.
Matsura is really getting a workout both offensively and defensively tonight. I mean, he's in on just about every tackle from his linebacker position, and here he is on offense. He's either carrying the ball on a slash back or, as we saw tonight, he's caught that ball so many times for us.
I think that reflects a little bit of the problem we're having with Pilarski's ankle, too. As Matsura now comes in motion, and we'll go back to pass. Not a time this time, and he sees Medalis. Medalis over the middle and can't hold on to it there at the 34-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down now and 3 for the Tornadoes. And here you see this is a pretty good pass, Wayne.
Yeah, very good pass. But take a look at the pass protection on Medalis. Southern's back in pretty much like a pass prevent defense. And we got a lot of people around the ball, Southern area there.
Murdoch made a nice play on the ball there.
Yes, he did.
It's 4th down now as the penalty was declined, and Mount Carmel area will be forced to punt from deep inside its own territory, and not much has gone right for the Red Tornadoes here tonight. Shinsky will boot it, and he boots it from about the 10. Good punt. It's going to go over the head of the Tigers, but it's going to bounce back towards us. So we'll down it inside Mount Carmel area territory at the 44-yard line where the Tigers will take over. 10 minutes and 16 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and the Red Tornadoes trail 15-0.
Again, good defensive stand. You can see Southern area, again, not only offensively, but now defensively, as they've readjusted their defense. More of a pass prevent defense than they were run defense before in the first half.
Rodarmel back in there now, and he sends it to Trominer right up the middle. Trominer is going to be brought down a gain of about 2 yards on the play. He's brought down by Swank, 51. Cuff was in there.
Brown,
I'm sorry.
Brown is 51.
Brown, 51, I'm
and
sorry.
Number 79 is John Skinner in playing that right tackle position now.
They get used to Brown's new number. Second down now and 8. And this time we give it to Chickatano. And Chickatano, Swank got a hand on Chickatano and held on. He's finally finished off there with some help from Buggy. But nice play by Swank, the big guy, and Swank comes out. But it's going to bring up a third down. No gain on the play for Chickatano. 3rd and 8 now for the for the Tigers. And they take the big guy out, Sones and number 82, Apple. And we'll see how they line up with the two bigger guys out.
It's a little tough trying to pick up a first down when Swank, 260 pounds, is hanging on to your jersey.
Rodarm will get some set there, and he's going to go back to pass. It looked like a passing formation, or at least for them. He looks downfield down there, flag. It's caught. Number 14 caught the ball down there, Robert Shoup, but a flag has fallen in the Tiger backfield back here at the 47-yard line, and it's going to go against the Tigers, I believe.
Yes, it's coming back.
Nice shot that time by Rodarmel down there to Shoup, and here you see it on the replay. Again, this is a fairly quick play. As he has plenty of time, he takes his time and sets it up, and you'll see it go downfield. And I thought we covered it pretty well.
Yeah, but, Ben Hynoski was down there, and he was all over him. But the ball was just thrown high enough that it was caught.
So the ball all the way back now into Tiger territory at the 43-yard line, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 23. And this time we're going to go back to pass. Rodarmel's looking around, and he tosses it downfield. He was heading for number 11, Murdoch, just overthrew him, and he took a vicious hit in the middle down there as he released the ball, and I believe it was Brown who nailed him. But it'll bring up 4th down, and the Tigers will be forced to punt. And again, they're leading this game with 8:59 remaining in the ball game. Wargo and Leonovich will go deep for the Red Tornadoes. And again, I think that's part of, again, what you're seeing, some new people in there because of some of the injuries we've had. They've been protecting Pilarski as much as they can. Pilarski apparently, from what we see, not at 100% tonight as we thought as he came into the game. And Fox lets it go. That was actually his best punt of the game as far as looking good went. Leonovich picks it up, and he'll take it out to the Mount Carmel area 35-yard line where we 1st and 10 Red Tornadoes.
Yeah, that was a very good punt. Every time so far.
I said pretty. He's been effective. He just hasn't been pretty. I don't want to say that he hasn't had a good night punting because he has, but that was the first one he actually had all the way in the air. So Shinsky will bring him up, and he's going to start it out in the shotgun formation. This time, plenty of time. And he lets it air out. He's got Pilarski as everybody beat down there. And Pilarski takes off for the end zone, and Pilarski will be taken out of bounds down along the 10-yard line. Yep. 1st and 10 for the Red Tornadoes at the Tiger 10-yard line on a beautiful pass. Here you see it. Yep. Shinsky, plenty of time. Take a look at the arc on this ball as he lets it rip. Pilarski had everybody beat. Look how far downfield he is, and there he goes. It's a foot race between him and Murdoch, and again, Pilarski hurting on that ankle, but still takes it down to the 10. And now the Red Tornadoes with their deepest penetration of the night, and they are now threatening here in the ball game.
Yeah, nice, very nice run by Pilarski. I'll tell you what, he just left everybody behind. He had a nice move on the outside, froze the defender, and did get behind him. There were about 3 defenders back there in that area, and Dave, thank goodness, had seen him downfield and just laid it out there. Pilarski not even breaking stride when he caught that ball.
At 8:32 now, the ball on the 10. It is 1st and 10. No, it's 1st and goal. I'm sorry, the markers are down. You can't. I'm trying to see where I can't see all the way over there, but it's 1st and goal.
It's on the 9.
Shinsky's going to go back to pass again. Again now, plenty of time as he rifles it in there, and it's intercepted. It's intercepted again by number 11 down there, Matt Murdoch, the junior, 5'11", 165. And he intercepts the Shinsky pass thrown into the end zone, and just like that, the threat's over.
Some good protection for Dave that time. He had a lot of time to look down, but at the same time, you have a lot of time to look over the receivers. With the shortened field the way it is, going from the 9-yard line, you have more defenders back there to cover the ball.
Ball comes out to the 20-yard line of the Tigers, where it's 1st and 10 now. And they'll start off, and I believe we see Wojtowicz. We do. We give it to Shikatano. And Shikatano on that mass move to the right will take it out to the 25-yard line for a gain of 5. 2nd down and 5 now for the Tigers.
And that's what you're going to see. Southern area is just going to get back in that full house backfield and, and just give it one direction or another and just straight drive. And it's just going to be a mass of bodies pushing forward. They don't need to pick up much. All they want to do is eat some time off that clock.
Shikatano again. This time Shikatano gets loose over the 30. He'll be brought down about the 34-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers. Picks up 9 on the play.
And he was kept in. He did stay in bounds that time. He didn't let anybody take him out. And as soon as the changers set, the clock starts running.
Ropes with the ball, number 34. He goes over the left side, picks up about 2 on the play. He'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Number 59, Bierster, making the tackle on that play.
Flags on the play. Ball was handed to Shikatano, but they'll stop the play. It'll go against the Tigers. Wasn't sure what it is. I didn't see anybody moving,
but unless there was too much time.
But it'll be a 5. Let's see what they call. Here he goes. Nice shot on the referee. No, illegal motion on the play, so a 5-yard penalty for the Tigers. It'll bring up 1st down or 2nd down now, and 2nd down on about 13. Time continues to tick. 6:41 remaining in the ball game. The clock is the Red Tornadoes' enemy. Reverse, handing back into Shikatano. Shikatano's going to pick up about 1 yard on the play as the Red Tornadoes read it well. Brought down by Matsuri in there. So 3rd down now and about 12. Tigers in no hurry as they bring Sones out of the ball game, and looks like they're bringing some quicker guys in, and this will be a passing down for the Tigers. At least I think it will be, as they brought their quicker receivers into the ball game. He brings Mummy right and Murdoch left, and he goes back to pass, and he's got him.
Nice pass.
He's got Murdoch down there. Murdoch now, Medalis has to bring him down. He does, but not before Murdoch, number 11, catches the ball down at the Red Tornado 40-yard line, where it's 1st and 10 Tigers. And the Red Tornadoes, be truthful, the Red Tornadoes look tired.
Well, I'll tell you what, we talked at the beginning about Caskey and the inexperience of the quarterbacks from Southern coming in, and they might be the question here. But I'll tell you what, both of these kids have definitely stepped up and shown exactly what they can do.
Handoff right in the middle that time, and again, that was kind of an odd handoff as Wojtowicz almost missed Trometer. So it'll pick up a yard in the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 9, but that was almost a fumble there as they ran into each other. That's a couple of times we've seen them do that. It's a complicated handoff to begin with, the way they're moving. And these two younger quarterbacks who are just, I guess, learning it. As the season goes, they're going to get even more dangerous, though. So Wojtowicz brings him up, and he'll go right to Shikatano. And this time, Yasenchak brings Shikatano down in the backfield for a loss on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down now and about 10 again as Shikatano loses 2 yards on the play. Clock ticking at 4:44 now. Tigers in absolutely no hurry whatsoever here. This one's going to be a fake to Shikatano, and he looks downfield, and he has Brooks.
Look at this.
And Brooks will take it in for the touchdown. Just like that, he fooled Dara and Leonovich, and he got behind him as they faked the Shikatano. And at the 4:18 mark, the Tigers are now in the end zone again, and it is now 21-0 Southern Columbia.
Take a look. Here's the replay. Everybody just froze at that point. Kind of looking in the backfield, I would assume. And my goodness, I mean, how wide open that is. But again, take a look at the pass. And we're looking at passes from 2 different quarterbacks, Warren, for Southern area. And I'll tell you what, they've put the ball right on the money each time.
Probst in to attempt the extra point. And he's got it up, and he's good. So with 4:18 remaining in the ball game, Southern now out to a 22-point lead over the Red Tornadoes, and they'll tee it up to kick off the Big Red. Another tough game for the Red Tornadoes. Offensively, they had plenty of chances, I guess, in the first half. Couldn't capitalize on it. And in the second half, the defense just got pushed around as the Tiger offense, which showed nothing in the first half, came to life in the second.
Well, I think there were some adjustments made, both offensively and defensively, in that locker room at halftime for Southern area, and that was the big difference. Warren, I just have to say, I know that over on the sideline over there on the track, there's got to be one happy person, and that's Danica Fagley, who's a cheerleader over there. Number 1, Southern area is winning. And number 2, Ben Hynoski, whom she knows very well, has had a good game tonight. So,
I must be missing something there, but I'm not going to go any further into that one. Pilarski now brings it up. He brings it up over the 30-yard line to the 31, where the Red Tornadoes will take over. It's one of those signals you send every once in a while. I'm not touching that thing. Oshinsky trots back into the line at the Red Tornadoes in a big hole now, late in the 4th period. Matsura comes in motion, and he looks over at Matsura. Matsura, he's in trouble. Now he's got to put the ball down and just run, and he does. He'll take it up to the 36-yard line. 6 in the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Take a look at Southern's defense that time. They're just dropping back and covering everybody. Dave has the time to look over all the receivers, but the coverage back there is so tight that he has nobody to throw to.
So he'll come up there. He's got Pilarski next to him for protection as he goes into the shotgun. And Pilarski, he's heading for Wargo. Oh. And Wargo had all he could do to break it up. Number 23 in the play, Sean Mummy, was all over that.
Yeah, Mummy blocked it. It tipped up in the air, and it came back and hit Wargo, and Wargo almost caught it and went back to Mummy a second time.
Pilarski that time, he got out of position a little bit. He's got to give that him more time. He just stepped out of position, and the guy got around him. And that's what hurried that pass a little bit for Shinsky. Shinsky has not had good pass protection in any game so far this year. I have to say that, and it has certainly not been good tonight. Shinsky looks downfield again. He was aiming for Wargo. It was out of Wargo's reach. There was some bumping going there, but Wargo was not going to get the pass either way. It's now 4th down. 4th and about 6 for the Red Tornadoes. And they're looking at Coach Brennan, and he's going to have to go for it at the 3:29 mark. There's not much choice here. So he talks to Shinsky, and he'll send the play in.
And if it's pass play, he's just telling Dave, make sure your receivers are down past that yard marker. Pick up that first down.
Sends the big linebacker in there, Yasenchak. And he'll come out in that tight end position. This time he leaves a couple of people back for protection. And Medalis, who was at the first down marker, dropped it down there right as the ball came through, and the Red Tornadoes turned the ball over. He kept an extra guy in protection, and it helped. He got the ball out there, but Dallas couldn't handle it. Drummond will pick up a couple yards on the play, bring up second down and about 7. 3:13 now remaining in the ball game, and the Tigers will be very deliberate with Road Armel using as much time as he possibly can. And that quarterback rotation worked out very well for the Tigers. You don't usually see that work well in high school, but it did.
I was just going to say that. That's one thing you don't even. I mean, Penn State tried it, and it doesn't even work at Penn State. But these two kids did an excellent job tonight.
Offside on the Tigers in the interior line. There will be 5-yard penalty. I'll bring up a third down now and about 12. Not gonna mean much either way. Tigers are asking, how could that be? I mean, everybody saw it. Somebody down there moved, so you don't want to be arguing that penalty this late in the game when you're ahead. Tigers played a perfect game offensively in the second half. First half, a tough defensive game. They played really tough. They bent a little bit, but didn't give when they were challenged. And they can be proud of themselves on both sides of the ball tonight. They had a very good game and lived up to their billing, as they normally do. This time he gives it to Brobst, and we've seen that play about 100 times tonight. Brobst will take it over the 35-yard line down to the 34-yard of the Red Tornadoes. It'll bring up third down now and about 9. Road fakes it, and he'll keep it on that quarterback keeper, which we saw Kasky run so well last year. Road takes it down to about the 33-yard line. Picks up 2 on the play. It'll bring up fourth down now and about 7 with 1:35 remaining. That the Tigers obviously will keep it, and they'll run off as much time as they can as they look over to the sideline over there to see. Number 11 will bring the play in, Murdoch.
Coach is holding the player over there as long as he possibly can to run that time, run that clock.
And at the Brobst, and Brobst breaks it over the left side. He's not going to pick up the first down. It'll be turned over to the Red Tornadoes, but down at the 32-yard line of the Big Red where they take it first and 10. We're down to 1 minute 6 seconds now remaining in the ball game, and the Tiger fans can taste it as they give their guys a well-deserved hand as they run off the field on that far side. Looks over to Medalis. Incomplete. Second down and 10 now.
Well, we're trying just about everything here. Flat. We're trying anything deep, flat, no matter what. I'll tell you what. Dave's on the money tonight. He's even with all that pressure.
He's
and
throwing some
else,
good passes. He just couldn't haul them in.
Throwing some good passes.
Dara in the game now for the Red Tornadoes. Ashinsky's going to look around. He's got plenty of protection now, and he gets it over to Dara, and Dara will be taken out of bounds up at about the 37-yard line of the Red Tornadoes, enough for a first down. So it's first and 10. He also gets out of bounds. The clock is stopped at 57 seconds now as the Red Tornadoes will line it up.
Again, take a look at the Southern defense here. They are way back in the prevent defense. They got that umbrella out, and they're letting you catch that ball underneath, and and of course coming in and making the tackle.
Sends it down to Dara once again. Nice catch by Dara at midfield. Another first down for the Red Tornadoes, and Dara made two nice catches in a row there.
Yeah, John Dara's making some nice catches. He's concentrating on the ball. Take a look right here. He's got some heavy coverage right behind him. As soon as he catches the ball, he's hit pretty hard there, down around the knees and taken down.
Shinsky, at that time, he threw it into a crowd of Tigers. He was trying to hit Metsura, but really was not a pass I'd want to throw that in that crowd that was down there. I don't know how none of them caught it, to tell you the truth. Clock stops with 31 seconds and a second down and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes as Wargo will bring the play in, and Metsura, who had himself a heck of a ball game tonight, really played a lot of minutes tonight. And again, I think reflective of the fact that Pilarski's been hurt, and Pilarski probably suffered a little bit more than we were even thinking. So a tough game all around for the Red Tornadoes. Wargo now, and Wargo makes a nice move, and he's still on his feet, and he'll cross over the 40-yard line, where the Red Tornadoes will call a timeout, where the ball placed down at the 39 of the Tigers. And here you'll see the pass, or Wargo caught the pass. He's coming right at you now. Nice move to elude the first tackle. And Wargo's the guy we saw last night at Supper Club. A lot of promise. We're looking forward to him, and seeing what he's going to be able to do. He's a sophomore, 6 foot 190 pounder. Wow. So a lot of promise with Wargo. 24 seconds remain as this timeout. Again, remind you about Supper Club, folks. Come on down to the Tucci's on a Thursday night, 6:15. Talk to the coach, talk to the kids. Have a great time, enjoy a great meal. Just kind of be all around Mount Carmel area football. That's where it's all at. We'll be there. We'll be saving a seat for all of you. Mount Carmel's going to tee it up there. Coach Brennan shouts a couple of last-minute directions in the huddle, which I think he said, don't come out so early. I'm not sure. I think that's what he told them. So 1st and 10 now for the Red Tornadoes at the Tiger 39-yard line. Shinsky in the shotgun formation, and he gets the center snap and looks downfield, and he's got Medalis. And Medalis didn't bring it down. I was waiting to see if he came up with it there. Ball falls incomplete. 19 seconds now in the ball game.
There goes poor Mansur. I mean, Stevie has played one heck of a game.
Under a lot of pressure now. Shinsky breaks loose of the pressure, and he takes off on his own. Makes a good run out of it now. Casey Rosini will finally bring him down at the 25-yard line. But not before Shinsky runs and picks up the first down, but now only 9 seconds remaining in the ball game. And this is something that I think that Dave needs to do more often. When he makes the call to run, he's got to tuck the ball and he's got to run. He's got a lot of athletic ability. You saw right there. He can move, but he's got to not be tentative when he's going to head downfield. If you're going to go downfield, go all the way. He's got enough going for him there that he can do it. Timeout for the Red Tornadoes now as it's first down. Again, 9 seconds remaining here in a 22-0 ball game in favor of the Tigers. One, maybe two plays, depending on what kind of pass it is. The Red Tornadoes have one timeout left.
Yeah, you're looking at probably an end zone pass there, 9 seconds left. They want to try to get at least one score on the board before the 9 seconds are up, and that you're going to the end zone. This might be the last play of the game.
Yeah. He heaves it downfield now, and he's looking, and pass interference on number 11, Murdoch. He was covering Medalis at the goal line, and it wasn't much of pass. He put his hand on his back as he reached across. He did touch the ball and knock it down, but pass interference call against the Southern Columbia area Tigers here at the 2-second mark of the ball game. So we'll let them straighten this all out. There you have it. Pass interference being signaled by the referee. It's a first down. The ball's going to get placed down at the 12-yard line. So one more play from the 12 as Buggy comes into the lineup and gives Shinsky to play. And we're going to be in trouble because Yasenchak did not come out of the ball game, and there she blows. And we've seen 3 of them tonight.
And I think some of the problem is Buggy went into the huddle and never informed Vincent that he was supposed to leave.
He came into the close side, and Vincent never saw him communicate. He was on the far side of the huddle, so 5 yards doesn't make much difference either way here. Ball back at the 17-yard line now for the final play of the ball game. And Shinsky will take it from that shotgun formation. And he's under a lot of pressure instantly, and it's incomplete. He threw it in between the 2 receivers. The Tigers will win this football game 22-0. And the Red Tornadoes now fall to 1-2 here in this young season. And unfortunately for them, they are at 1-2, and they're looking at a backyard brawl down in Kemp Memorial coming up. So it doesn't get any easier for the Red Tornadoes as they line up and shake hands. And of course, this is such a great rivalry, such a good rivalry. There's never any ugliness about it. It's just good, hard-fought
this
rivalry.
This years really came into its own, this rivalry. All the years that everybody has been talking that they wanted these 2 teams to get together, and it finally happened. And since it has happened, I'll tell you what, one of the greatest rivalries that has happened around here in a long time.
So the Tigers remain undefeated, and that's something we expected them to be able to do. They certainly had enough talent to do so. They have a couple of more toughies on their schedule, but played very well tonight. Really tough, tight first half, and then they turned it into a great second half. That wing tee got rolling.
I do believe they had to make they had to make some type of adjustment, Warren, on the coaching staff down there, both offensively and defensively, because you could see the difference when Southern came out. They took the opening kickoff and they drove right down for their first score. A lot of spark in the team when they came out in the second half. Definitely a different team than what was on the field the first half. That's for sure.
I mean, I certainly don't want to point fingers. Okay, I mean, you lose a game, but the thing that stuck out now in 3 games, including a win, was what looks like, at least from our side of it, and again, I'm not on the field and all, but you got somewhat of a lack of emotion.
Right.
And it looks, and that may be a part of having a lack of emotion, is they look tired. They don't look like they're running, at full speed. Now, again, that just might be me. I've heard it from other people, and and I'm saying it as a bad way. It just seems that even the Panthers, who got a good whooping, came out pretty excited. Mm-hmm. We just don't look like we stay excited in a game like this. I mean, if you're not excited at this game, you're in serious trouble. Now you go to Kemp, and it could get pretty ugly at Kemp on a good day.
We've seen some great games in the last 4 years, and probably the best games I've ever seen have been either up here in Mount Carmel or down at Kemp Memorial. Yep. And I'm talking, and that's even talking some of the playoff games. And again, it doesn't the rankings of the teams, the standings, the win and loss records, everything's thrown out. And we said this time and time again, out of the window. And it is one of those grudge matches, and it's for the bucket. Yep. It's been going on since 1952. That trophy has been going back and forth to both of these schools. And, it's just fantastic. It's just a great game, great atmosphere. And that is one game that you have to get up for or someone gets hurt.
Yep. We'll look forward to going down. Kemp, of course, a home away from home from us.
Oh, yeah.
In previous years in the playoffs and things, the Shamokin people down there could not be nicer. It's good. It's going to be good to go down and renew some friendships with the press box people and things like that. We always look forward to it. Of course, Coach DeFrancesco will have his team sky high.
Yeah,
he has no problem with that one for sure, no matter who they're playing. But they'll be revved up to play. We look forward to it. We had a very emotional night here tonight. We were glad to play a football game. We're glad to be here. We're glad to be Americans. Win or lose, we're going to walk away from this thing and play again next week. But our life will continue. We have lost some fellow Americans over this week, and we'll never forget all that. But we'll pull together, as we talked about before the game. We saw it in the stands. Put your flags out. If you don't have them out already, get one out and fly it all the time. Let everybody know that you're flying one. And we'll see everybody on Friday at Kemp for WKMC TV. I am Warren Altamar.
And Wayne Brokenshire.